Three times Sitaram to clean up the air and Aje che Ram Navami. This is the day. This is such an auspicious day. Where is Roy? Son of a gun, he disappeared as soon as he knew I was coming to the mic, huh? It's okay. Three times Sitaram, really nice and loud, okay? Sitaram! 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 Wow. Thank you. Now, I was really going to roast you two guys, okay? After listening to Sanjay, and it's such a passionate speech, such emotional, such love. I mean, Sanjay, you really melted me down there. All that nasty thing that I was going to talk to you about, it just melted away, okay? You guys are lucky. But Sanjay, the way you spoke, even though I can speak probably verbally more than you can because of your speech impairment, the emotions that you had in your heart, they seem so genuine. I mean, congratulations for having a husband like him. And Sanjay, for you to be remembering your, brother and sister now, really I could say, was outstanding. I think, wasn't this an emotional, fulfilling evening to see Sanjay expressing himself, the love, the gratitude, the passion that these two people have brought into his life. A round of applause just for the two. Now, just in case, it's very difficult to follow through after, what's your group's name? It was Third, really. It's a good effort, outstanding effort. And Rashmi, the way she expressed herself, the love and the passion that she's had through you. તમારા વખાણ જ્યાં વધારે પડતા થઈ ગયા for one evening, okay? So make sure અંદર ઉતરી ના જાય બધું. But I was just thinking, sitting down there, that this couple, probably amongst all of us sitting here, and I should be right in my guesswork, owns the largest residential home amongst all of us here. Is that true? Anybody else owns a larger home than them? You. Shut up. No. And that probably is the blessings that God gives you. Probably you are not seeking that, but it's in your heart. And the manifestation of that is the big home that you live in. Now, the other thing I see about you as a couple, you have never been selfish. Generally speaking, when somebody owns a mansion like yours, when people come, they normally put signs. Do not touch, do not enter, be careful, only for residents, and those kind of signs. Your home is always open to all. And just for that, a round of applause to this couple. I'm not trying to inflate your ego now because I know you're on the ego diet, so I'm trying to control myself. But as many words as we may try to express about the Vyas family, not enough. Just not, oh Roy, you're back here. I was missing you, my friend. Not enough. You guys, okay, what you do for, I believe it's Ekal Vidya? Pratham. Sorry, I donated to Ekal Vidya the other day. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. It's the same thing. Pratham. It's an organization for the very poor in India for education. This couple does that. This couple does accommodate and arrange for us to play a bridge. How can I forget that? Roy, you can attest to that part. And you've done so many charities, you've done so much good things in your life that a person like me, Mr. Nobody, gets a mic to just appreciate that. I consider myself very fortunate. You guys are outstanding. Really you are. Now, how did you get there? Let me explain to you how you got where you got, okay? This has to come out. They don't know because they're already old now. They're already 60 years old. They won't even remember what I'm going to say. Now, this is the very first, as soon as I'm making this up, okay, so they won't remember. Jashin, when you graduated, you were looking for a job. You really didn't know what to do. So what she says, I'm a doctor. Doctors, by definition, wants to make big money. They're greedy. Is it true? Well, anyway, every doctor knows for himself. They live in big mansions. Okay, so Jayashri Sukheru, very first she was looking for a job. So the very first patient walks in, talks to Jayashree, Jayashree listens to him for about 15-20 minutes and then says, you know what, I have the perfect prescription for you. She gives him some tablets, red, green and blue, and a bunch of them. So the patient kind of gets confused. He looks at them and he says, doctor, this looks like M&M to me. And she says, who is the doctor? Oh, you. You listen to my advice. Doesn't matter what it looks like, the medication. Now, I want you to take the green ones in the morning with a big glass of water. Then, in the afternoon, the yellow ones with a very big glass of water. And the last one, the blue ones, very big glass of water. So the guy is kind of scratching his head. He says, you know what? What's going on here? Doctor, what is really the matter with me? She says, you're not drinking enough water. That's $100 now. Now, since that didn't work well, then the next thing she tries is, let me go and do some, what you call, when you go to home for your
house call.
House call. Thank you, doctor. She says, let me try house calling. Now, she's a gynecologist. So every pregnant woman she meets, she says, you know what, I'm a gynecologist, take my card. And here one gullible lady literally took her card. And she calls, it's her day now, she's about to deliver, she calls Jayashree, Jayashree rushes to her home. She won't enter the home, there's nobody else except a little 5-year-old kiddo. Anyway, so Jayashree does her stuff. Time comes, she pulls the baby out, everything goes well. It's a little baby boy, so she tells the little kid, look, this is your brother. See how well I pulled him out? Because Jayashree spanked him to make the baby cry. I was almost going to miss my punchline. Now, what the kid says, you know what? Spank him more. Jayashree says, why but? He says, he shouldn't have crawled into that place first, in the first place. Am I agreeing right, Jayashree? Did you get that joke? Okay. Now, then Dr. Sab says, you know what? Listen, you don't know what a house call is. I'll show you how house calls are made. So now it's Dr. Vyas. He takes Shell, I think Shell is just graduated, he says, let me teach you what house calls are. Your mom didn't do well. So the doctor goes for a house call. Goes to a lady's place, she's very sick, she's in the bed, telling him all the stories about why she's feeling sick and slumpy and so on. So the doctor takes all the notes. After a while, his pen drops to the floor. So the doctor bends over, picks up the pen, and looks at the floor. It's so clean, there was no dust on it. So he tells the lady, he says, you know what? You shouldn't be working so hard for housework. Just take it easy. The lady says, how did you know that? He says, look, there's no dust on the floor. You're working very hard. Fine. Thank you. Doctor leaves. Now it's Jayashree's turn. Oh no, Shay's turn. Let's make it Shay. The new kid. So doctor takes Shay. He says, you know what? I'll take you for a house call. They go. Shay listens to this lady. She's sick. All the prescription, every detail is done. So deliberately, now having learned from Dad to drop the pen, he drops the pen, picks it up, and gives the prescription and tells the lady, says, you know what, you shouldn't be working so hard for the church. Doctor gets confused, he says, what is this for, church? So doctor asks Shane, he says, why did you say the church? He says, you know, when I bent over, the preacher was under the bed. The preacher was under the bed. Get the punchline. Anyway, now let's fast forward. Mahesh, now full doctor, fully qualified, all of a sudden comes a nice, you're not Jewish, are you, Roy? Comes a nice Jewish patient, comes to see Mahesh. Now Mahesh has been in the country for several years, he understands everything, he's very mature. Now the Jewish guy takes all the treatment necessary for his allergies. And then, after a very big meal is made up, he kind of regretfully looks at Mahesh and says, you know what, by the way, I don't have the money to pay you. It's a little hang up. But I promise you, I will put your name in my will. So, you'll get all your money when I die. Mahesh is even smarter than that Jewish fellow. He says, you know what, by the way, remember the prescription note that I just gave you? Can you give it back to me? He says, why? So I want to amend the prescription so I get paid well much sooner than what you think. Because this table got it. Well, anyway, enough of the prescriptions on. On a serious note, you two have done a miracle. If there ever was an award for a Gujarati couple in the greater Los Angeles area that should really get an award for being the family that you are, would probably go to the Vyas. It really does. And it's putting us very mildly, it's very humbling to be here, present, looking at you two, so polite and so nice, that indeed, God bless you both. Now, somebody said, may you have 100. The inflation is so high right now, may you have 1,000 years of happiness. Enjoy it, whether you make a cup of tea for him, or you make a cup of coffee for her, or if you make nothing for them. Have a happy married life. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much. God bless you. Sita! 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 God bless you. Sita Ram.
Okay, thank you.